still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. The wingmen, White and Levine. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. And it's Giddey in at the 1 spot. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Butler.
Well, heady plays like that are what Jimmy Butler is all about. He knows where the defense is.
Outside, White. Williams with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Really left alone that time.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Giddey against Hero. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Now you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Vucevic with the bucket.
Always a battle when you're up against Vucevic. His soft touch helps him convert inside.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Outside for Robinson. Here's Adebayo. And he drops it in from the low post. Adebayo's got his second basket.
Bam knowing what to do. He's owning the paint right now.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Highsmith. Back to Robinson. Hero from long range. Sinks the three-pointer.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Williams inside. Outside, White. Giddey against Hero. Giddey the pass to Williams. And it's Miami with the rebound. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the Bulls this season.
And they had some memorable battles last season. Let's hope for more of the same here tonight.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
The Heat making a switch here. Jovic is checked in. And Levine, here we go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And stolen by Butler.
And anytime you go cross court, there's some risk involved. Not at all surprised that one was stolen.
Coast to coast there. Jimmy Butler, one of the premier two-way players in the league.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jimmy Butler remains the Heat's franchise player. He says, the confidence my teammates and my coaches put in me, it's a lot. They hype me up out there and I just go play. I try everything in my power to make sure that we win. They trust me with everything. Kevin, he's earned that faith.
Adney DA, he tends to deliver in the biggest moments and always has. Hey, we thank you for that report. And here is Hero after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Shot clock at 6. Robinson kicks to Butler. Over Levine. And it's Butler missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Levine. Rebound by Butler.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
A big man with a big finish.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the Pelicans. Robinson kicks to Hero. Inside, the kick outside to Butler. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Adebayo sends it back.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Over to the left wing. Adebayo with a screen on Giddey. Hero, no good. Levine deciding where to go with it. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Guys, Bam Adebayo getting it done for the Heat. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Robinson on the wing. He's joined by Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at the four-man position. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Bam can really move, and that mobility is just so dangerous.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
And stolen by Butler. And here we go. It's Butler. And Butler running the floor.
Kind of fun when you have a fast break where guys want to join you. And Jimmy Butler, he's a member of the party.
Giddey finds Williams. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Left side, Hero. To the paint, here's Adebayo. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Outside Williams. Pass to Giddey. Driving inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And Giddey is just so clever at finding ways to the rim. Good at ripping through holes in the deep.
Butler on the wing. Out to the right wing. Butler, a screen on Williams. Highsmith the pass to Butler. Just 3 to shoot. Hero fires from way outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Levine kicks to Williams. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Burks, he's checked in for the Heat. Ball's checked in for Chicago. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Highsmith. They get it back. Adebayo. Heat moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Highsmith. 3-pointer, Butler. And it's White with the rebound. Bulls trail by 7. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Here's Highsmith. Still scoreless. They get the rebound. Adebayo passes to Burks. Miami no good on that time either.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Down low. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Butler. There's the drive. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 3 assists in the game. Burks against Ball. And the layup's good off the glass.
Again, big guards, that helps out. And Ball using that to his advantage on the inside.
Here's Butler. Butler with the bucket down low.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Kick out to Levine. Ball dishes to Williams. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And with his combination of power and skill, Vucevic is a magnet for and one.
And the Heat with some changes. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Butler. Rozier comes in for Burks. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tyler Hero. Then for the Bulls, Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Williams. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Levine. Here's Ball. Jaquez with the rebound. The Heat leading by 6. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Richardson the pass to Jaquez. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Jaquez Jr. bringing that great mix of perimeter skill and that ability to attack the basket.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Count it. And now it's a 10-point Miami lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's Miami with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Taking a look here at Chicago, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Bulls. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So for Chicago right now, Kobe White is out there with Carter. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Vucevic, and it's Smith in at the 4 slot. Here's Highsmith. Nothing on the board. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Pass to Highsmith. Fires from the wing. And it's White with the rebound. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. 7-point differential. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Miami leading by 9. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And as Adebayo's career is moving forward, he's developing into a more consistent scorer.
White goes in, and the jam by White.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Smith, no luck. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Heat are always a tough-minded bunch. Jimmy Butler says, I just think nobody cares on our team. Make or miss shots, we're going to be who we are because we're not worried about anybody else. So that's what I think it is, the I don't give a darn factor. I'm paraphrasing, Kevin. You get the picture.
I do, David. You are G-rated. Hey, thank you, D.A. Dosunmu's shot is off. The Heat leading by 10. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Highsmith. Back to Jaquez. Three-pointer. And he's good on the three ball. Jaquez has got 9 points. Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times the coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
Here's Smith. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, Rozier. Shoots over Vucevic. And it's Rozier missing. Bulls trail by 13. Smith finds White. And again, no good by Chicago. Jaquez, the pass to Larson. Back to Jaquez. Here's Highsmith. Outside Rozier. Pass to Larson. And it's Rozier missing. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And again, Chicago. No good. Jaquez against White. Adebayo passes to Larson. Back to Adebayo. Pass to Highsmith. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. And the Heat lead by 15. White inside. Rozier defending. And White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
They set the pick. Here's Larson. Pass to Highsmith. On the wing, Rozier. And the wing jumper offline. Here's Dosunmu. Drills the three-pointer. Dosunmu's got his first 3 points of the game.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
And so it's Miami going into the break with a 10-point lead. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. In the forward spots, it's Butler and Jovic. Tyler Hero out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Love in at center. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Hero. The Bulls getting the bucket.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Giddey kicks to Crane. Kick out to Levine. Williams from outside. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Williams has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls. Outside, Hero. Pass to Jovic. Here's Love. Rebound by the Bulls.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Here's Butler. Butler drives it in and dunks hits it home.
And Butler giving you the full buffet of the things he can do.
Giddey the pass to Levine. And here is Craig. Here's Giddey. Off target with his three. Robinson against Craig. Outside, Hero. Love with the screen on Terry. Hero against Terry. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Robinson. He takes it in. And the dunk by Robinson.
And Robinson showing his ability to go vertical.
Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Giddey. Back to Levine. Robinson against Giddey. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude. And
That's a little something special from Jimmy Butler there. Serious elevation.
Giddey goes in. A wide open look here for Craig. No good on the three. Miami leading by 11. Hero from long range. Terry grabs the board.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Giddey. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Robinson dishes to Love. Here's Jovic. Kicks it out to Hero. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Heat lead by 13. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in close.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Miami making a change here. Highsmith is checked in. The kick outside to Butler. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And stolen by Giddey.
Oh, great steal. Is there an aspect of this game they haven't controlled?
The Heat leading by 11. Pass to Adebayo. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Robinson, that's good.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Heat.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jimmy Butler.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
4 on the shot clock. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
The shot by Butler. Nobody around. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Stolen by Hero. No good. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they start...
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports...
not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And the starting lineup for the Nets. Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Cam Thomas. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. There's Bogdanovic with the three. And it's Miami with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Pass to Robinson. Shakes him. And he sinks the layup.
That's pretty much any coach. That's how he'd like to start the game.
Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Thomas outside. Bogdanovic from long range. Hits a three-pointer.
Oh, you love to see Bogdanovic stroke that deep ball. What an accomplished scorer from distance.
Russell against Hero. Here's Adebayo. Claxton with a rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
You know, Greg, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
We have watched Cam Thomas become more and more aggressive from three-point territory.
Hero on the wing, guarded by Russell. Pass to Adebayo, and stolen by Claxton. Here's Johnson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Highsmith. To halt the run. The shot by Butler, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Back to Bogdanovic. And then Bogdanovic with the dunk.
Wow, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovic on that strong finish.
Hero against Russell. And there it is for him.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Brooklyn has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Outside Johnson. Right side Bogdanovic. Thomas outside. Outside for Russell. Here's Claxton. And it's Miami with a rebound. It's a 6-point game. Highsmith passes to Butler. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to Robinson. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Well, everyone knows that Jimmy Butler has a scoring mentality, but there makes the extra pass beautiful.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Now here's Robinson from deep. The shot by Butler, no good. Butler against Johnson. Outside Russell. Bogdanovic from long range. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Adebayo finds Butler. Here's Highsmith. No made baskets yet. The shot off that time. It's Thomas on the wing. Robinson defending. Bogdanovic. Johnson passes to Russell. Back to Johnson. Fires from deep. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Butler outside. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty dependent. From the corner 3 spot. Butler only fires those threes he feels comfortable taking.
to win the cold spell. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Hero outside. There's the triple. And again, it's Miami from deep.
They're just letting the play develop. Hero is gifted at reading and breaking defenses down.
Thomas outside. Claxton a screen on Robinson. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Miami out in front. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the floor for the Nets, we've got Cam Thomas, Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Johnson. Then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's Russell in at the 1 spot. Gets the 3 to fall.
Arguably the most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Just an enforcer for this team. Adebayo is no stranger to physical play, whether he's receiving it or dishing it out.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Oh, they get a hand on it. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for that game against Indiana, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start for the year.
Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter, and it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Here's Thomas for 3. Rebound Miami.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Adebayo passes to Butler. Adebayo sets a screen. The 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Bogdanovic with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Russell finds Bogdanovic. The 3-ball. And the 3-pointer goes. Bogdanovic has got 10 points in the game.
Well, no hesitation from Bogdanovic in the catch-and-shoot situation. Beautiful.
Pass to Highsmith. This one for 3. It's not going to go for him.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Thomas. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Well, you love the strong finish by Cam Thomas. So good when he's getting to his game with assertiveness.
Butler passes to Robinson. Inside, Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Outside for Russell. Knocked loose. Stolen by Hero. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Misses from the corner. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Johnson. Some solid defense from Butler.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden, Doris.
Well, BA, consider in that trade, they gave away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and 4 first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt.
Now here's Adebayo. Outside Robinson. They set the pick. Pass to Highsmith. Three-pointer. Counted from distance. Give him 8 points now.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Thomas outside. Here's Johnson. Bogdanovich passes to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Adebayo with the rejection.
Oh, gotta be cautious when Adebayo is in the area, showing once again that he's a legitimate shot-blocking threat.
Kevin Love's checked in for Miami. Jovic comes in for Highsmith. And the Nets also making a change. Wilson's checked in. Doris, someone who plays within himself. Nick Claxton knows what his team wants from him.
There's real value in a player understanding his role, and that's Nick Claxton. Sprint the floor, rebound, rim protect. He knows who he is and what puts him on the floor.
From deep, Melton. It's hauled in by the Heat. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
Right wing. Here's Love. Back to Jaquez. Puts up a 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
What you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Williams is checked in for Claxton.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Larson. Three-pointer. Wilson grabs the board. The Nets have gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. He drops it from range. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Rozier. Outside Jaquez. Takes a 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Brooklyn out in front, up by 2. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
The Timberwolves out in Minnesota will go up against the Celtics. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time is the tip-off. And taking a look now at the Brooklyn Nets. They're in a close contest.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job.
Thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Tell you one guy who's been getting it done is Bojan Bogdanovich.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
They've got Terry Rozier, also Josh Christopher out there. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the 4. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Johnson, he's checked in for Miami.
Team foul. Now in the game, number 16.
Melton against Rozier. Melton outside. Richardson's checked in for Johnson.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Now in the game, 0.
Heat on D. Trailing by 2. Here's Clowney. They get it back. Pass to Williams. Here's Clowney. Back to Williams. Up and over Richardson. Williams misses. Jaquez against Sharp. got a piece of it. And now the Nets on the break. Here's Bogdanovich. Rebound Miami.
Boy, that makes them 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Jovic passes to Jaquez. Here's the three. Knocks down the triple. Jaquez has got 6. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Melton outside. Let's go with a 3. No good.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
On the wing, Rozier. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Melton. Outside, Williams. Back to Melton. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
For Brooklyn, Whitehead. He's checked in for Clowney. Martin comes in for Williams. And Simmons is subbed in for Melton. And the ball out of play. The Heat will have it. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. In third, the Heat.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Down low. Here's Ware. Outside Burks. Spins. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Ware missing.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
Here's Rozier. The Nets making their last shot. The 3 is up. Drills it from deep. Rozier's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
We know Terry Rozier is a very assertive three-point shooter. He will not hesitate beyond the arc.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Kevin Love's checked in for Miami. Richardson comes in for Burks. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Simmons. Watford comes in for Bogdanovich. Wilson's checked in for Whitehead. And Williams is subbed in for Johnson. Miami making a switch here. Burks is checked in. Melton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Melton. No points yet. Watford outside. They set a pick to the paint. Here's Sharp, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Now here's Jaquez. 6 points for him. Jovic's shot is off.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
And he drives in, and the shot goes down. And now a 4-point Nets lead.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And it's Rozier with the ball for the Miami Heat. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, my goodness. Terry Rozier showing big-time hops.
The Nets have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Now here's Rozier. 5 points in the game. Sharp grabs the miss. Pass to Wilson. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
So for Miami, Jimmy Butler comes in for Jovic. And it's Robinson in for Burks. And a change for the Nets. D'Angelo Russell, he's checked in for Melton. Now here's Butler. Outside Jaquez. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Watford outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, Terry Rozier has more than proven he's very capable of being a starter. Can score it, excellent facilitator, and brings an edge every time he touches the floor.
And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night. And he makes a first.
Now at the line.
He does not get the second one.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Thomas with a steal. The third quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn out in front. They lead by 7. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Nets as we get the fourth quarter going. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Cameron Johnson. Then it's Trendon Watford. And it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. And here's Butler outside. Here's Adebayo. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Claxton.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
There is just incredible raw athleticism with Cam Thomas. Outstanding use of it on the drive.
Now here's Hero. Adebayo sets a screen. Russell against Hero. Here's Adebayo. Rejected by Claxton.
Well, look at the wingspan of Nick Claxton on display. He sends that thing back.
Thomas, that's good. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Now here's Robinson. Adebayo sets a screen, and Robinson is good for 3.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Bojan Bogdanovic checked in for Brooklyn.
Team foul. Now into the lineup for the Nets.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Russell from deep three-point land. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
For 3, Robinson. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn leading by 9. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Hero. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by Claxton. Claxton's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Robinson. Adebayo, a screen on Thomas. Robinson for 3. Shot clock at 6. Thomas with a steal. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
When Cam Thomas gets going, folks, he can get as hot as anyone in this league.
And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Russell to pass to Claxton. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It goes on Bam Adebayo. And you look at the development of AI. How might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast. Yeah, that's fantastic execution. Jimmy Butler has excellent touch close to the rim.
Here's Thomas for three. Highsmith grabs the board. Heat trail by 11. Butler passes to Hero. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Johnson. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Doris, it's interesting that the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times, had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there, the hustle was there, very close to picking that one.
Now here's Hero. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Nets.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And no question this was a team effort. But you have to love how big a night this was for Nicholas Claxton.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
From Jimmy Butler.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Nets miss again. And it's Butler with the jam. Here's Russell. Lets the three fly, and it's Bogdanovich that time on the assist by Russell. And the Nets lead by 13. Outside Butler. Pass to Highsmith. There's the drive. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Well, when the playmaking duties fall to Jimmy Butler, he is more than capable.
Here's Claxton. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. So we see the Nets taking the W here. Hard alley, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris.
place is absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now is making sure your season starts with a win. That first dub is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
So the next starting five. Bogdanovich out there with Cameron Johnson. And there's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Thomas. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And stolen by Giddey. Here's White. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Connects from three-point range.
Look at the release from Johnson, getting that shot off before the defenders can close out.
Outside, White fires from deep. Thomas against Giddey. It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Richard for the Bulls, just one playoff appearance in their last 7 seasons.
Look, the last 4 years under Coach Billy Donovan, they've been respectable, but with all of the injuries and all of the issues, the path to true contention is probably on the other side of a long rebuild.
Here's White, following the bucket by the Nets. Giddey kicks to Levine. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Not just a shooter, Levine is also willing to bury himself inside and go to work.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside for Thomas. From downtown, Chicago grabs the miss. It's a victory here for the home team. Last time these guys met.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
Russell with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Claxton the pass to Bogdanovic. Shot clock at 5. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Williams with the defensive effort. Levine wide open. Again, Levine missing. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside Bogdanovic. Russell with a wide open look. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic.
And we know Russell can shoot it. It's what he's out there to do.
Pass to Vucevic. Giddey with it. Williams for 3. Giddey the pass to Levine. Vucevic is screen on Bogdanovic. Now here's Vucevic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
On the interior piece, this man has so many moves to account for.
Rebound by Williams. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. RJ, you say this all the time. For a young player like Patrick Williams, reps are so important.
He's had a tough start to his career. 2 injuries in his first 4 years that ended his season. Every young player needs to get a rhythm. They need minutes, and they need to be healthy.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you.
I don't think Russell gets enough credit for what he brings to the table offensively. He can be the floor general and score at every level.
Now here's White. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. Giddey the pass to Williams. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Got that one up quick.
And Thomas is a very efficient shooter from those corners.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And Levine with the slam.
Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it. And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting them with all of these misses.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Bogdanovic wide open. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Williams passes to Giddey. The wide open look here for Vucevic. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Bulls. He got into double. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Levine and Williams up in the forward position. The guard set is Giddey and White. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. That's the group for the Chicago Bulls to start the second quarter. Now here's Giddey. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Trains the three-pointer.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
And Chicago has possession following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. And that one drops.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Bogdanovich, no luck. Chicago leading by 8. Giddey goes in, and he dunks it down.
And I love watching Giddey take it strong to the basket. The D has got to be aware of it.
A three from Bogdanovich. He scores, and he's off the schneid with that basket. 1 for 7 on a tough night for him.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof.
Lonzo Ball is checked in for Josh Giddey. Drives to the hoop. White, wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 7-point differential. Claxton, no good. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Levine, that's good. Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bogdanovich finds Russell. Johnson for 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Bucket is good. Vucevic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now, a little bit in his head.
And Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. And when he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
And here is Ball after Bojan Bogdanovic getting his shot to go from deep. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by White. Ball's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now White after Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. And there's the whistle. It goes on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Chicago. And then for Brooklyn, Trendon Watford's checked in for Bogdanovich, and it's Wilson in for Cameron Johnson. Watford with it, covered by Smith. Misses the 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Outstanding drive from Ball, not backing down from the contact either.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And, Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times. But they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Here's Levine after the basket by Brooklyn. Ball with a wide open look. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Ball's got 9 points.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
And slam dunk by Watford.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the...
Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
And I tell you what, Ball has has some nifty dunks up his sleeve, effortlessly getting off the ground to bash that one in.
Thomas surveying the D. No good with the triple. And stolen by Melton. Here's Sharp. And he can't jam it through. Here's White. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so we wrap up the first half. The Bulls lead by, thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
We knew they wanted to track me. And, man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. And since we have them, and that is...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's foul. We've got Williams. He's out there with D'Anthony Melton. Bogdanovich out there with Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the power forward position. Drills it from outside.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
Richard, take a look at D'Anthony Melton's game. A combo guard, and size him up for us.
He's one of the combo guards that every team loves to have on their roster. He can hit an open three, but he can also guard a #1 offensive player on the other end and take the challenge every single night.
Great open look there. Clowney's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
LaVine throws it down.
Explosive drive from LaVine. It's tough to stop him when he's rolling downhill like that.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Again, the Nets for 2.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Chicago leading by 14. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for most improved player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Vucevic. Horton Tucker comes in for Zach LaVine. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Cook. Osumu, he's checked in for the Bulls. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
And D'Anthony Melton picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Nets, Trendon Watford comes in for Simmons, and it's Whitehead in for Martin. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Melton. The tray. And the Nets miss again. The Bulls leading by 18. Dosunmu finds White. Giddey, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Giddey's got 11 points.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Sinks the triple.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
To the paint. Out to White. Bruzelis sets a screen for White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And White slams it in.
Oh, tough play from White here. Hits the foul, but doesn't give up finishing what he started.
Chicago making a switch here. Smith is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Wilson, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Johnson in for Whitehead. Here's Watford. And the rejection by Smith. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. It's stolen by White. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. All going up court. Craig can't get it to go. Nets trail by 21. Here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Nets have shot just one free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game. And he knocks down the first one. Phillips, he's checked in for Kobe White. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Giddey. 11 points in the game. The shot. Misses the baby hook. Brooklyn's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Johnson, that's for 2. Rebound by Smith.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Inside, here's Smith. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Smith's got his first points of the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And here's Johnson outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Craig passes to Dosunmu. Cameron Johnson's checked in for the Nets. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Johnson. 44 seconds left in the third. Smith with a screen on Williams to the inside. Smith, no luck. Nets trail by 19. Driving to the basket. Melton's shot is good.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Giddey against Wilson. And Giddey gets it to go. Giddey's got 5 points in the quarter.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
Melton, no good. Smith feeling it out of it. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And so it's Chicago, taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. We've got Buzelis. Jalen Smith is out there with Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Giddey in at the shooting guard. Johnson kicks to Thomas. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smith on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Here's Giddey. Rebound, Brooklyn. Johnson outside. Launches it. Gonzalez grabs the board. The Bulls leading by 20. Ball, the pass to Williams. And finished off by Williams.
On offense, Ball is a catalyst. He knows how to move things around and get people quality shots.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Claxton. Chicago making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Jalen Smith. Zach LaVine comes in for Buzella. And Chris Duarte is subbed in for Josh Giddey. Duarte passes to Williams. And he drives in. Here's LaVine. Excellent D there by Johnson. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Claxton no good. Chicago's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Thomas down low. Russell from long range. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Brooklyn's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And the foul on Chris Duarte. That's his first foul. Well, a lot of former NBA players have a hard time, RJ, giving credit to current NBA stars. Why do you think that is?
I think so quickly we don't hold next generations to the same standard as prior generations. I don't get into all of that stuff about who is better and who is greater. I just focus on the growth of the game.
Williams finds LaVine. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. From deep, Thomas. Rebound collected by LaVine. LaVine's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Duarte passes to Carter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carter's got his first 2 points of the night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Some changes for Chicago. Whitey's checked in for Chris Duarte, and Josh Giddey's subbed in for Carter. And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
He had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with... Oh, my goodness! Man! And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Here's Williams. Got a piece of it. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's Thomas with the 3. It's all in by the Bulls.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Giddey, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Outside for Thomas. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
No, he's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really...
Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin.
Stan. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
All right, now let's check out the starters for the Miami Heat. On the wing, it'll be Robinson and Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at power forward. Williams passes to White. And here's Levine. Pass to Vucevic. It's Giddey on the wing. 5 to shoot. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
It's Hero on the take. That one goes in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Such a skilled big. 6'10" Nikola Vucevic. He can beat you up in the post, or he can step back and hit a three-stand.
Yeah, Brian, and he's an excellent passer as well. Throughout his career, Vucevic's teams have been very good offensively, and his versatility is a big reason for that.
Adebayo, a screen on Giddey. Hero for 3. Sinks it from distance. Hero's got 5 now.
Well, that's the danger of giving Hero a look from deep.
Giddey passes to Williams. White looking it over. Outside for Levine. Knocks it down from distance.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Giddey against Hero. And it's Chicago with a board. This, their first look at this year's Miami squad.
They had some real back-and-forth battles last year. Hopefully we see more of the same going forward.
Here's Williams. Second shot opportunity. Back to Vucevic. Adebayo grabs the board.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
And here's Butler outside. They get it again. Adebayo passes to Robinson. Pass to Hero. Tries again. Drives to the hoop. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, there he is showing off his speed. Hero cuts to find the basket.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Vucevic, the pass to Williams. Back to Vucevic. And stolen by Adebayo. Inside. And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Adebayo, a screen on Levine. And here's Butler outside. Chicago grabs the miss.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Poke loose. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Here's Adebayo. Off target at the rim.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Williams finds Vucevic. Stolen by Hero. Adebayo passes to Robinson. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Here's Williams. That one goes. Count it.
Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
Robinson on the wing from outside the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Levine. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Levine's got 8.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And so it's Chicago leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
And let's take a look at Miami. At the forward spots, it's Butler and Jovic. Duncan Robinson is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. Fires in the triple. Jovic has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Pass to Adebayo. Here's Jovic. Butler up top. He's covered by Levine. The shot by Butler, no good. Bulls leading by 3. Launches it. Levine can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
A multiple-time All-Star. What aspect of Adebayo's game, Stan, catches your eye nightly?
Well, Brian, I'd say it's not one thing. He's a very complete player. He can rebound, defend, pass, score. This guy does it all.
And by all accounts, a great teammate as well.
That's exactly right.
On the take, Levine.
Well, even with the injury issues, Levine remains a great athlete.
Back to Hero. Beyond the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. The Bulls have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter.
Well, at first, White shows the burst. Then, the control off the ground.
Here's Hero. Pass to Jovic. Back to Hero. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's foul number 2 for him.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And the Heat making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Giddey passes to Williams. Back to Giddey. The kick out to Williams. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler. Heat trail by 4. Robinson passes to Adebayo. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. Kobe White picks one up for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Ball in for Giddey. Love is checked in for Miami. Burks comes in for Richardson.
Yeah, Bam's a little undersized for his position, but he makes up for it with great effort, athleticism, and intensity.
You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Here's Robinson. Back to Love. Clock at 6. Here's Adebayo. And a foul called on the way up. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
And he
taking 2 shots is overturned. The play is under video review.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And it's Ball off the drive. And Ball throws it down.
A phenomenal athlete. Ball's teammates love when he knifes inside and finishes with power.
Butler passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Levine for three. Love grabs the miss.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Here's Larson. He's guarded by White. Left side Butler to the inside. 4 on the clock. Here's Love. That one's good. This game is all even. Love's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, that touch never leaves a guy like Love. Sharp around the hoop.
Here's Ball. A kick out to White. Picked by Smith. It's White with a drive. He gets it in there. White's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Here's Butler. Outside for Rozier. Pass to Adebayo. Butler on the wing. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's Rozier. Fires for 3. The shot no good. Now here's Levine to the middle. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
Okay, guys, now let's see what the fan... Glad you could join us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Zach LaVine with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
White and Levine are out on the wings. Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Carter in at the 1. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. Rozier, the pass to Highsmith. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
Good. White's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Brent, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Highsmith passes to Butler. Launches a 3. Zach LaVine clears it away.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
And they pick up 2. And it's a 9-point Bulls lead.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Butler. Pass to Highsmith. Can they get it? And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Christopher. He's guarded by White. White with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
To the left side wing. Here's Jovic. Outside for Butler. Takes the three. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. White's got 9.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Well, Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best hair in the NBA.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Butler against Levine. There's a screen. Butler passes to Highsmith. Here's Jovic. Pass to Highsmith. Corner shot. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. He's got 6. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Outside for Levine. Outside White. Now here's Levine. Butler covering. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Craig is checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Levine. DeSumo, he's checked in for White. And it's Josh Giddey in for Carter. And Miami with a change here too. Johnson, he's checked in for Christopher. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Drops in the 3.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
On the attack, Rozier. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Chicago making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Hero with it, and it's Giddey picking him up. Really left him alone that time. Jaquez has got his first basket.
Well, he's so smart. Jaquez Jr. has an impressive basketball IQ for his age.
Here's Horton Tucker. That shot missing. Love with the defensive effort. It's Jaquez on the wing. Giddey defends. Love a screen on Giddey. Pass to Ware for 3. They grab their own miss. For 3, Robinson. Whoa! He just got it off in time.
That was close. Now, he doesn't panic in these situations.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And so it's Chicago, closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, that's great decision making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. On the floor for Miami, starting the 4th quarter. They've got Duncan Robinson. Bam Adebayo is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Jaime Jaquez, and it's Hero in at the point.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Duarte, he's checked in for Chicago. Heat on D. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, you love to see a quick bucket off the inbound. Well done.
Hero, the pass to Robinson. Tries the spin move. On the attack, Hero converts after the nice spin.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his third foul so far. Ball, he's checked in for Duarte.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your ball. Number 2.
Outside Giddey. The three is up. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Hero against Williams. Adebayo, a screen on Williams. Adebayo up top. For 3, Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo.
It had to be lightning quick, and Robinson got it away.
Isumu outside. Outside Giddey. From downtown. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Adebayo with a steal. Smith against Jaquez to take the lead. Chicago with a rebound. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Williams. Outside Giddey. Williams a screen on Robinson. Giddey passes to Williams. Love grabs the miss. Love's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hero on the wing to tie it up. Love against Williams. Over to the wing, and that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat, but a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Ellis is checked in for Dosunmu. Shot clock at 5. Robinson gets the bucket.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Chicago making some changes. Nikola Vucevic, he's coming in for Smith. And it's Kobe White in for Ball. Jimmy Butler's checked in for Miami. Pass to Adebayo. Hero outside. Adebayo sets a screen. Now Butler. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Offensive rebound. Here's Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Bulls lead by 1.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
Looking to get it going. Butler, unfazed.
Well, no one wanted to take that more than Butler. He's got the heart of the champion.
Pass to White. Robinson with a steal. Here's Hero. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Well, they're right to trust Hero in these moments. He's a very reliable scoring option.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Robinson gets the bucket. And now a 5-point Miami lead.
Yeah, that was an important move from Robinson.
Offensive board. The kick out to Williams. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Hero outside. Robinson finds Butler. Outside Jaquez. 4 on the clock. Rebound by the Bulls. White on the wing. Robinson defending. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time clutch.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
to Jaquez. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Adebayo. Missed it. Now Vucevic. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Heat.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. The inbound pass. It's off.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Levine with a steal. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We'll get right. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Levine and Williams are the two forwards. And it's Vucevic in at center. The ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Hero. By himself. Hammers it down. Goes coast to coast.
Hero is an instinctive player who can do explosive things.
Right side, Williams. From Pete Giddy. Offensive rebound. Outside for Levine. That one falls, coming off the Vucevic feed.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Butler with the ball, and it's Giddy picking him up. Hero for three. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 11. Oh, Zach LaVine, big-time dunk.
Well, we've seen Levine put up 25-plus per game for a season. This guy is on the short list of the best wing scorers.
And the basket is good. Stan, you coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
They set the screen. Hero, the pass to Highsmith. Now here's Adebayo. Hero outside. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Giddey's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside, Williams. Just about 2 minutes into the overtime period. What a game. Pass to Hero. It falls! What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
In these moments, Hero knows he has to step up, so he works hard to find the bucket.
inside. Williams. On the take. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game,
the play will be reviewed by the NBA rule.
19.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
And here's Butler outside. Offensive rebound. And Kitty has got the ball here for the Bulls. They've led by as many as 14.
Well, we've really seen White raise his game as a scorer. He can be relentless at times, like right now.
Adebayo passes to Robinson. Cash! And now they trail by just 4.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Robinson for 3. Laces one from 3.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Here's Butler. Misses the shot. So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian.
great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
So here's Miami's starting group. Robinson on the wing. He's joined by Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward.
And not really played as a playmaker, Cam Johnson with the smart play, just giving it up.
Robinson against Thomas. Outside Robinson. There's a screen. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And Robinson with a timely trade.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And it's the Heat with the ball. Following the bucket by the Nets. Count the basket. Robinson's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, Duncan really patient there, exploiting the D and operating in the pick and roll.
And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Over in the corner, Claxton. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, no, there's glimpses of better all-around play from Duncan Robinson. He gets paid to stretch the floor, and he does it well.
Robinson hits them both. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
First team.
Upside Thomas. Johnson finds Russell. Down low, Nets passing it around. And a wide open look for Claxton. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Outside, Hero. Rebounded by the Nets.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. It's just a flat-out miss.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Adebayo drives in. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Now, here is Robinson. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Pass to Claxton. Out to Russell. Claxton, a screen on Robinson. Back to Russell. It's Thomas on the wing. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Thomas got 6 points.
The defense better make sure they're sticking to all 4 other players, or else D'Angelo's going to find the open man.
3-pointer, Butler, offensive rebound. Adebayo passes to Robinson. Top of the key, Hero. An easy 2 points on the layup.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Releases. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
A little show of power from Jimmy Butler up there on the rim.
Nets trail by 3. The drive by Russell. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's the break. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Highsmith's shot is good.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Outside Robinson over Thomas. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Robinson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Russell, and it's good for 2.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And taken away by Johnson. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Heat lead by 5. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession, so you get a steal. Lightning.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. It's Thomas outside. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Deep 2 from Robinson. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Robinson's got the lead up to 9 now for Miami.
That's his specialty right there. His confidence firing off the catch is remarkable. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
To the middle, here's Claxton. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat leading by 9. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And the 3 ball is good. Robinson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Robinson's role is out there to stretch the floor, which is why his guys encourage him to keep firing.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Right, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Jovic is checked in. Russell with a wide open look. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Thursday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers. And then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Warriors, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and the big throwdown.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David.
Opportunistic move by Johnson using his size and some good timing to save the play.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Nets. The Heat also changing it up. Burks, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Richardson in for Hero. Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Man, way over the defenses. Jimmy Butler gets some airtime.
And Jimmy Butler put together, Brent, one of the all-time playoff runs, leading the Heat to the finals in 2023.
Yeah, you don't want to live in or dwell on the past, but man, Miami being the 8th seed that year, Kevin, and with Jimmy putting up 38 a game in that first round against the Bucks. Guy earned the MVP at the Eastern Conference Finals. What a run.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Butler passes to Adebayo. Here's Jovic. He's covered by Bogdanovic. 5 to shoot. Pass to Jovic. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Had the space there, but it's offline. Russell kicks to Bogdanovic. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Heat leading by 14. Adebayo drives in. And Adebayo throws it down.
Bam can really move, and that mobility is just so dangerous.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Back to Butler. Adebayo with the elbow. And Adebayo throws it down.
Now you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved. A full team effort.
And Jovic gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Bogdanovic sets the pick for Russell. That one's off, still out of sync.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Kept alive, and the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitutions on the court.
The Heat leading by 20. Here's Rozier. Pass to Jovic. No one near him. Rebounded by the Nets. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, you can see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Now, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's Hawkins. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Miami sitting on a 21-point. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Well, you look at all the assisted buckets. I like how they're working together. Ball movement and selfless play can be in.
Taking a closer. Thank you for being with us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. So with Butler sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. We've got Jaime Jaquez. Johnson is out there with Terry Rozier. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the four-man position. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the basket by Rozier.
So many things that Jaquez does well. He looks to set up his teammate.
Bogdanovic wide open. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Brent, it's hard to find someone better, isn't it, than Bojan Bogdanovic if you're looking to space the floor.
No doubt about it, one of the better spot-up shooters over the last decade. that this league has seen, and Bogdanovich has deep range, so that spacing is going to allow other guys to do their work. This is the kind of guy you want in a half-court setting to make a lot of things happen.
Bogdanovich finds Melton. From past the arc, Bogdanovich, no luck.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And here's a guy who loves playing inside. Simmons can play some bully ball down low.
And Anthony Melton picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Whitehead's checked in for the Nets. And Miami with a change here, too. Highsmith is checked in. Here's the screen. On the wing, Hawkins. Just 5 on the clock. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half. Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Hawkins banked in off the glass.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
In transition, here comes Miami. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Hero. It's good. Hero's got 7 points.
How about Hero? Gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
Martin inside. Rozier defending. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Whitehead's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Miami's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Right side, Simmons. Another shot. Nets passing it around. A 3 from Bogdanovich. It's good from long range. 6 points for him.
Stretching the floor now. Bogdanovich can hurt defenses from there.
Here's Hero. And that one is good.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Highsmith. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Melton against Hero. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hawkins. The shot from the low post is good. Hawkins has got 6 points in the quarter.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
To the inside. And it's Rozier that time on the assist by Hawkins. Hawkins has got his 3rd assist on the night. Whitehead. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Nets have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game. The first one falls, and a new group in for the Nets. Sharp's checked in for Simmons. Trendon Watford comes in for Bogdanovich. Wilson, he's checked in for Martin. And it's Williams in for DeAnthony Melton. Pass to Ware. Now here is Robinson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I think a couple people in the front row went for that pump fake from Robinson.
The Heat shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And taking a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
Sharp on the wing. Wilson the pass to Williams. There's Russell with the three. And so it's Miami in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going in. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We got Thomas, Nicholas Claxton out there with Trendon Watford. And there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Johnson in its small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Miami.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Pass to Highsmith. Hero against Russell. Hero passes to Highsmith. Puts it up from 15. And the rejection by Claxton. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Clock at 2. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And one of those nights where Duncan Robinson gets hot, I'd be on the lookout.
Here's Watford. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Miami's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Adebayo passes to Highsmith. Hero kicks to Robinson. Over Thomas. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Thomas, no luck.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Hero on the wing. Pass to Highsmith. Robinson with it. He's guarded by Thomas. Spins. The three. And Duncan Robinson good for 3. Robinson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Duncan Robinson, he will do that.
Goes up to the stripe. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Robinson against Thomas. Robinson, that's good. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Johnson, that's for 2. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Stolen by Thomas. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's stolen by Adebayo. Butler against Thomas. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Russell plays with such great change of pace and deceiving the defense right there. Got the D out of position.
Well, the most important event of the NBA calendar might be in June. And it's not the finals, but rather for so many teams, Brent, the NBA draft.
Well, Kevin, it's a chance for you to set the table for your franchise. What do you want to have for next year? What do you want to have 5 years from now? And so all the work that goes in, the scouting, the intel work, to build up a team where you are making the steps and taking strides to become a championship caliber team, that stuff starts at the NBA draft.
To the paint, and Claxton throws it down.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
Highsmith the pass to Butler. Now Burks. Pass to Robinson. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Heat.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Robinson.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Adebayo down low. Claxton's there. That one good for 2.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
First team foul.
That free throw missing.
For Miami, Alec Burks. 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Good on the three-point shot. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Highsmith the pass to Butler. Goes back up. Crafty move. And Adebayo with the lay-in.
And you love the energy that Bam is bringing here, just all over the glass.
And slam dunk by Watford.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
And the starting group for Chicago. Levine and Williams are the two forwards. Giddy and White pair to make the backcourt. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rejected by Claxton.
Well, the length of Claxton allowing him to reach out and affect the shot. That is really good defensive work.
Here's Levine. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Thomas against White. Shoots it from the corner. Zach LaVine clears it away.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
To the inside. Here's White. Misses off the right iron. For Brooklyn, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Thomas passes to Watford. And that one is hammered home.
Well, you love the strong finish by Cam Thomas. So good when he's getting to his game with assertiveness.
And it's Giddy off the drive. No good with a layup.
Not an ideal start for them. Still looking for their first field goal after 4 misses.
Here's Thomas. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Yeah, look at Giddy stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
Here's Watford. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Outside White. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist.
Well, Levine has really worked on those playmaking abilities. That's a pretty pass right there.
White against Thomas. Back to Russell. Pass to Johnson. Here's Thomas. Rebound by the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Giddy passes to Levine. Claxton with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's White from deep. Giddy. And they'll get another chance. Back to Vucevic. Williams, a screen on Claxton. That's good from Giddy on the assist by Vucevic.
That's outstanding footwork by Josh Giddy. Finishing the painted area. I can do that too.
Here's Claxton. White with the steal. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. And that one's good.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Russell finds Johnson. 1:16 left in the opening quarter. Out on his own on the break. White, the pass to Levine. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And Claxton gets the bucket.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Back to Giddy. Inside, Williams. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving. Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Vucevic, and here's White. Picked by Vucevic. Giddey with it. Claxton picks him up. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
Watford up top. Williams defending. Watford outside. There's the three. That one is off. And so it's Chicago leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
On the court for Chicago, White and Levine are out on the wings. Williams and Vucevic are inside, and it's Giddey in at the 1. Here's Russell. And rebounded by Zach LaVine.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And it's Giddey missing. Nets trail by 8. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level.
Boy, hard to keep up with the quickness of Zach LaVine. To get that first step off the drive, and it's over. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Giddey passes to Vucevic. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 4 assists now tonight.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Russell finds Bogdanovic. On target from range. Bogdanovic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The kick out to Williams. Outside White. Back to Williams. Outside White. Just 3 to shoot. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. White's got 7 points in the game. Well, Doris, for a while, the amount of three-pointers seemed to grow exponentially. I think it's plateaued now.
You know, B.A., I'm not sure I agree that it's plateaued. What we do know unequivocally is these organizations have defined how to be the most efficient basketball team. And each and every year, we're setting records in that category. They're just getting smart about the kinds of shots you want and when. We're seeing more shots at the rim, and we're still heavily emphasizing the three-point line. Well, you have got to be impressed with Josh Giddey's awareness of where his teammates are at all times.
Russell to pass to Claxton. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Patrick Williams.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Chicago making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for Williams. And it's Ball in for Giddey.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Sharp's checked in. Nets trail by 10. Outside Bogdanovic. Back to Russell. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Sharp, no good. Bulls leading by 10. Ball finds Smith. Lays it up and banks it in.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Sharp. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the three ball.
For Brooklyn, Wilson's checked in for Johnson. Williams comes in for Thomas. And it's Melton in for Russell.
Zach LaVine, explosive with athleticism, with his hops, with his ability to score the basketball.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. Both free throws good from LaVine. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Melton. From the arc. Buries it from three.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich, showing off his ability to find the open guy?
For Chicago, they've gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Ball passes to LaVine. Back to Ball. Going inside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from LaVine. And the Bulls lead by 11.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Williams from long range. Smith with the rebound. The Bulls have gotten 7 of their first 9 shots to drop during the second. And the ball out of play, the Nets will have it. Cloudy, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Chicago. The Nets have gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. Melton with the ball. He's picked up by LaVine. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Jalen Smith taking flight. Get up, young fella.
And Melton, here we go. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer Sharp. Chicago with a rebound. This will be his 3rd trip to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. The Bulls making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line. From deep, Melton. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be right back after this word.
Welcome, one and all.
When I look at the Nets, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Nets.
They're getting destroyed inside.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Sharp out there with Trendon Watford. Then it's Williams. Then there's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich passes to Williams. They get the rebound. Outside Bogdanovich. From deep, Melton. The 3. Oh my, came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Who's Ellis is checked in for Chicago. Duarte comes in for Carter. And he makes all 3. And so here is Chicago. 17 points was their biggest margin. Bogdanovich against Levine. Here's Duarte. Here's Buzelis. And the bucket is good. Buzelis has gotten his first basket of the night.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Here's Melton. Outside Bogdanovich. From deep three-point land. And the Nets get it back.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Craig. Sharp grabs the miss. Nets trail by 16. From deep, Melton. Sends it home from three-point land. Melton's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, they get 1 to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Pass to Buzelis. Craig against Sharp. Here's Buzelis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Duarte. Yet to see a basket. Some solid defense from Williams. Watford outside. Outside Bogdanovich. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
And Levine, here we go. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's insane quickness by Zach Levine. Hard to keep up with him off the dribble.
Johnson, he's checked in for Williams. He hits the second from the line. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Pass to Sharp. Melton outside. Here's Watford. Back to Melton. The 3. Back to Johnson. 4-3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Watford left side. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball for Brooklyn. Wilson's checked in for Bogdanovich. Whitehead comes in for Johnson, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Melton. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Here's Giddey. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Yeah, just tremendous movement by Josh Giddey. This guy's ability to shake the defense with his handle is impressive.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks. Pass to Sharp. Here's Wilson. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Williams misses. Nets trail by 14. Here's Whitehead. The offensive rebound. The 3 from Russell. Knocks down the triple. Russell's got 5.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
And there's the whistle. They'll pin that one on Nikola Vucevic. That's his first foul for Brooklyn. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Watford. And it's Thomas in for Whitehead. And a change for the Bulls. Kobe White, he's checked in for Ball.
Well, Claxton could have an apartment up near the rim. These dunk attempts are routine.
Here's Giddey. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Thomas outside. Pass to Wilson. There's the screen by Johnson. Wilson passes to Johnson. And here's Thomas. Back to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And so it's Josh Giddey making highlights for Chicago. 8 points in the quarter. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along.
He's done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Nets trail by 11. On the court for the Bulls, getting the 4th quarter going. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Giddey and White pair to make the backcourt. And it's Buzelis in at the 3, the small forward.
This guy an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Stolen by Russell. In transition, here they come. And then Russell with the dunk.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
There's Bogdanovich with the 3. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Russell's got assist number 7 tonight. Russell against Giddey. And he jams it home with authority.
Great to see Josh Giddey attacking like this. You've got to keep your foot on the gas pedal when you are shooting lights out.
Thomas passes to Johnson. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Giddey into the lane. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Tremendous burst from Josh Giddey on the drive. Just turns up the intensity.
Here's Russell. Outside Bogdanovich. And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul of the game. Lonzo Ball's checked in for Giddey. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Thomas passes to Claxton. 6 on the shot clock. It's Thomas on the wing. And the 3 off target.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Picked by Vucevic. Here's Ball. And he lays it up and in. And it's a 9-point Chicago lead.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
Down low. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Ball into the lane. Basket counts. And the Bulls lead by 9. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Thomas passes to Claxton. Outside Russell. Back to Thomas. And stolen by Williams. On the break. And stolen by Claxton. Pass to Bogdanovich. And then Bogdanovich with the dunk.
Wow, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovich on that strong finish.
White against Bogdanovich. Now here's Williams. Tight defense on him. 5 to shoot. Ball passes to Vucevic. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Russell. Ball with the rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Outside, Williams. He takes it in. The kick out to Ball. Pass to Buzelis. No good with the triple. Nets trail by 7.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Thomas outside. Picked by Bogdanovich. They shoot again, and it's in. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
If ever there was a player who relishes the spotlight and this moment, it is Cam Thomas, folks.
And here's Ball. Tipped away. Stolen by Russell.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
There's 18 seconds left in the final quarter. Bogdanovich against Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it from deep. No good. And so Chicago takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.